Hello, and welcome to the Site Waste Management Plan tool tutorial. This video aims to tell you everything that you need to know about the new light version of WRAP's Site Waste Management Planning tool. We'll cover what it is, why you should use it, and how you can get the most out of this free online resource. The aim of a Site Waste Management Plan is to get you thinking about waste at every stage of your construction and refurbishment project. At the beginning of your project, the plan is used to forecast the types and quantities of waste that you estimate will be produced. During the project, the plan is used to record the actual waste produced. At the end of the project, the plan enables you to review the difference between forecasted and actual waste amounts. Reviewing the project will also allow you to examine the waste practices that you have adopted during the project to see if they have saved time and money, and decide whether to use them again on future projects. Completing a site waste management plan is a legal requirement for projects in England over the value of £300,000 and is being adopted as good practice across the UK. Completing a plan carries with it a number of benefits. It can save you money by creating greater awareness of how much is spent on waste. It can reduce the cost of materials by highlighting how much unnecessary waste is being produced under your current procedures. It contributes to criteria in the Code for Sustainable Homes, BREEAM, and other environmental assessment methods. And finally, it demonstrates good practice that can enhance your company's reputation, fulfill a corporate commitment, as well as improve your success in tenders. We understand, however, that full site waste management plans are not always practical for smaller construction and refurbishment projects. That's why WRAP created the Site Waste Management Plan Lite, a streamlined system for smaller projects. This tool is ideal for projects under the value of £300,000, or for projects in locations where the site waste management regulations may not currently apply. In addition to construction, demolition and excavation activities, the tool includes options for fit-out, refurbishment, retrofit and strip-out projects, making it ideal to use alongside environmental refurbishment schemes such as the SCAR rating and the Green Deal refurbishment scheme. So why use the SWMPLite tool? It's more streamlined than a full SWMP tool, so it takes less time to complete. It allows you to track waste easily, ensuring duty of care compliance. It highlights potential problems with your current procedures, helping reduce waste and material costs. It's a powerful evaluation tool, enabling you to easily review project waste. And finally, it enhances your company's reputation, proving best practice and displaying your commitment to modern waste management. Now that we've covered why you should use the tool, let's move on to the system itself. This section of the video will cover the basics, how the tool is structured, how it is navigated, and its special features. The Introduction tab provides an overview of what the tool is, how to navigate through the tool, and what certain features within the tool do. If you're ever uncertain about a feature of the tool, it's always a good idea to refer back to this Introduction tab. To navigate back to the Introduction tab, click the link at the bottom of the document. The information on this tab is also available as a PDF for download on the WRAP website, a link for which you can find at the end of the video. To begin using the tool, click on Start. The Estimated Waste tab needs to be completed before work starts on site and is used to forecast the waste that you envisage will be produced throughout the lifetime of your project. The top 3 rows of the tab are already filled in for you and are there to give an example of how your data entry should be completed. A more detailed example sheet can be accessed by clicking here. To return to the Estimated Waste tab at any time, you can click on the large button at the top of the tool, or the link at the bottom. To see which tab you are currently on, consult the buttons at the top of the tool. The red box will indicate your location. As you can see here, we are on the Estimated Waste tab. You may notice that certain cells have small red arrows in their top right corners. These indicate where further guidance information is available. To reveal the information, hover your mouse over the cell. The next tab is the Actual Waste Movements tab. To navigate to this tab, click the link at the top of the tool. Let's do this now. This is the Actual Waste Movements tab. This tab is completed during the project to track how much waste is actually produced. As with the Estimated Waste tab, the Actual Waste tab has 3 lines completed, offering an example to follow of how to input your data. There is also a button linking to a more completed exemplar sheet. Now let's move on to the Project Summary tab. This tab summarizes all of the data entered in both the Estimated Waste and Actual Waste Movements tabs. By the end of your project, this tab will contain all of the information you need to complete a full waste evaluation. Now let's look at the Frequently Asked Questions tab. To access this tab, click on the FAQ button in the top right of the tool. This is the FAQ tab. Here you'll find answers to common questions asked about the tool. If you find yourself lost or wondering about any aspect of the tool, the FAQ tab should be the first place that you check. Finally, let's cover the 3 buttons that appear throughout the tool. The Print Blank Checklist button links you to a printable, blank version of the tool that you can use should you wish to complete the management plan by hand. The Trade-Specific Guidance tab will take you to a website that offers guidance on reducing waste in your construction projects. And the Help button will take you to a wrap website on Site Waste Management Plan completion. This page also contains contact information for wrap, should you require further assistance. This concludes part 1 of the video. In part 2, we'll look at filling in the Estimated Waste tab. Let's move on to using the tool itself and completing it as you would during a project. We're going to start with the Estimated Waste tab, as this is the first tab you will complete when using the tool. At the top left of the tool, you'll find fields for the name of the project, its location, its value, the person responsible for completing the plan, and the date when it was last updated. Once completed, the information contained within these fields will be copied over to the other tabs. We're now ready to start filling in the rows. As you can see here, we've provided 3 example rows to show you what your completed fields should look like. Start by selecting an activity that best suits your project from the drop-down list. Then select a waste stream, either by description or its matching European Waste Catalogue code. We now need to fill in the proposed waste destination column. You will need to select one of the following destinations from the drop-down list. Choose Reused on-site if the material will be used elsewhere on the project. Choose Reused off-site if the material will be used at another location. Choose Recycled or recovered off-site if the waste, either segregated or mixed with other waste, will be removed from the site and recycled. Or choose Landfilled if the waste from the site will be taken to landfill. Once you have selected a waste stream, the default recovery rate percentage appears, based on recovery averages from around the country. If your waste management contractor has a different recycling rate, you can override this default by entering a value in the recovery rate percentage column here. The Waste Totals section can be completed in a number of ways. You can either 1. Select the container size from the drop-down menu and add the number of containers in the next column. 2. Enter the volume of waste in meters cubed that you estimate will be produced. Or 3. Enter the weight of waste in tons that you estimate will be produced. Once you have completed your waste totals using any of these methods, the calculated waste totals column will be automatically populated. The planned action column provides a drop-down list with suggestions for how you might achieve a reduction in this waste material. Finally, you can enter the initials of the action owner, the person who is responsible for overseeing this action. We're going to save now, and we suggest that you save the document regularly. We're now going to complete a few more rows and skip ahead to a more completed Estimated Waste tab. As you can see, we've now completed more rows and we're now ready to move on to the Actual Waste Movements tab. We're ready to move on to tracking the actual waste produced. This section should be completed during the course of your project, as and when the waste is produced. Many of the columns are the same as in the Estimated Waste tab, and as such, we will only stop to explain fields that are new or work differently to the Estimated Waste tab. As before, we've included 3 example rows. We start by selecting the activity and waste stream information from the drop-down list. The waste carrier field is for you to enter the name of the waste contractor that has removed the material from the site. If the material has remained on site for reuse, enter NA. The date of movement field is for noting the date that the waste was taken from the site. This information should be included on any waste transfer notes that you have from your contractor. Once a destination has been selected from the drop-down list, the default recovery rate will auto-complete. We then add our waste totals, either using the container size and number, volume, or weight fields. The cost of waste field is for you to note the cost to have the waste removed. In some cases, such as when metal has been recycled, you may have received money from your waste management contractor. If that is the case, insert the value as a minus figure. We then complete the Actions Taken and Action Owner fields. The action status allows you to record whether the agreed upon action has been completed by the action owner. Finally, the Comments, Notes or Waste Transfer Notes field is for you to include further detail about the waste if the waste stream category has not been appropriate. This is also an excellent place to include the waste transfer note number to ensure that you maintain a full audit trail. This will assist you with your duty of care compliance. We've now completed a row for the Actual Waste Movements tab. Let's save the tool. Once again, we're going to skip ahead to a more complete tab. And here you can see a finished Actual Waste tab with the estimates and the actual movements now recorded. We've now reached the final part of the tool, the Project Summary tab. This tab is potentially the most useful as it enables you to regularly review your key performance indicators. It's also a good way to compare your projects, gauging the performance of one against the other. Because the Project Summary tab relies heavily on the data entered in the Estimate and Actual Waste tabs, make sure that the information in these tabs is up to date and accurate before reviewing the Project Summary. Now that we have filled in the Estimate and Actual Waste tabs, the Project Summary is providing us with data to work with. You can select your unit preference, whether that be volume in cubic meters or weight in tons. Here's the KPI report. At the top, you'll see headline figures, including the total actual waste produced, the total actual waste sent to landfill, as well as the total cost of waste. We can drill down further into this information, starting with the phase of the project. The phase corresponds to the activity column in the previous tabs. We can also select all if we want headline KPIs for the project as a whole. Here, we'll select the Demolition tab. Below the KPI figures, you'll find the estimated versus actual graph. This chart highlights the differences between the initial waste estimates, produced and sent to landfill, and the actual figures for these waste movements. As you can see from this chart, we overestimated our waste produced and sent to landfill. Again, it's thanks to the accuracy with which we have reported on both the estimated and actual waste that allows for this comparison. The sign-off section allows you to track who has reviewed and approved the site waste management plan. This helps with internal audit trails and quality assurance. The estimated waste totals and actual waste totals tables summarize the figures entered in the previous tabs and highlights the various waste streams that have been forecasted and taken. Finally, we come to the My Actions section, which allows you to review actions set and taken at the estimate and actual stages of the project. In addition to allowing you to check on the status and owner of all actions, this section also provides an area for inputting any lessons learned that may improve future projects. Once you have familiarised yourself fully with the tool, this section can be reviewed before starting any new work to better plan your actions for the project ahead. Thank you for watching. We hope that you have found this training video for the Site Waste Management Plan Lite tool useful. If you have any further questions or suggestions for any improvements to the tool, please get in touch with us through the contact form on our website, wrap.org.uk. For further updates or to find out more about how we support the construction industry, visit wrap.org.uk/construction or zerowastescotland.org.uk/construction. Thank you and goodbye.